Hello, I'm Hatrix, and today we're going to take a look at the Sunburst build. It revolves around Sunburst, that's a star search modifier, so you build around it with the Eclipse. So for Eclipse you want to be casting Wrath and Starfire, and then weave in Sunburst, and you're weaving in Sunburst from triggering it from Astral Fusion. So you want to be critting a lot and then reset the cooldown. So that's the name of the game. The build are probably a bit lackluster until you get the crit cap of Starfire. So keep that in mind. Also, this build have some very strong legendary modifiers for it, like 3 big part are legendaries, and I don't know where to get them. Sorry, you either have to open them or be very lucky, and you can roll them. Most of them are 34, 35, so you can be doing the Resolute run and then be giga rolling at 35. Besides that, we just use any Druid scaling modifier, Star Search, Starfire, Wrath, and yeah, there are so much things to hit in this build. Like there are so many things you can card, like replacements that benefits either Moonfire, Insect Swarm, intellect stacking for Eclipse. You can also just be doing the 15% arcane damage. These are things I just want to hit instead. I just want to have the 3 out of 3, especially ones at higher level. There's also like a higher one you can do at what's it called? This one at 40, like Star Search damage purely. So lots of options. I would say you always card Eclipse, but I would also say you normally always card Starfire, but I'm not a normal human being, so I carded Focal Point. I was like, yeah, how hard can the leveling be? I just hit it. So I carded Focal Point for more crit, together with Molten Mind, very strong like passive crit, and Twisted Mind for spell power and hit. So yeah, I would choose like Focal Point or Molten Armor, sorry, and go like Starfire instead. And yeah, I will also give credit, I think I'm gonna show it here, to this guy. I yoinked the like base idea talents and just took some inspiration, shout out. And yeah, also quick reminder, disclaimer, this prestige, I don't know what happens. Like normally I don't like min-max that much or stuff. I rolled doing leveling because there's a lot of good stuff you can hit lower levels, and for some reason I really just got there with this build. I don't even, this is this is not safe to watch, I guess you could say. I don't know. And I swear this is not like every prestige run, but apparently the last 2 as well. The next one I'm gonna show, I don't, for some reason I've just have a luck streak. That's how it is. Alright, I see you at the leveling. Alright, so we started leveling, and normally we would just rush to either level 10 or level 15 to go into Mana Storm. But this time I felt like I wouldn't basically have a build if I didn't go for 20 and just spam my rerolls to try to hit to Starfire. So that was the plan, hit 20 and do my rerolls. And my friend were doing a lava sweep, so he will also basically be carrying at 20 with the lava sweep. So that was a plan, and to benefit this, I guess you can say, the prestige daily were world quests, so we thought might as well do the quests. So here my 4 starter abilities were, I mean, besides Wrath and Moonfire, I took Life Tap and Tether Elemental, but I think you don't really need that much mana for the build. There are some good ways to gain mana. So I think another way you could do it would be like picking like Dragon or Imp and just have more options to roll the talents for those. And here you saw we got the Twisted Mind and the Improved Moonfire. Those were things we carded, but just nice to show. So I think I'm gonna do that more in the future, like taking more pets to just have more options to hit the like talents for them, because they are so strong talents. Like I have one in my guild. I think he says that the dragon talent gives him like 8 or 9% crit because he has so much intellect scaling. So they are huge talents to hit. And the like elemental talent are 10 power, like 5 hit, 5 crit, and if you have that, I mean that's one of the strongest talent right now. So here we are going, and here we hit Omen of Clarity. It's not the best, but it's a nice way to gain clear casting and gain some free damage, free energy, sorry, free mana. And we also gain Ferocity. As you saw in my strength video, it's one of the best ways to gain intellect, at least if you hit it a high rank. Besides that, we haven't hit much at this point. Here we're doing a lot of the small quests outside Stormwind. This is basically just to hit the hit level 20 and get a lot of the world quests done, so we don't have to think about it later. We brought some boar meat beforehand. That's a good tactic, so you don't have to kill the boss and use time, especially if you already popped your potion. We saved our potion to all the turn-ins in Goldshire. You can do it either way. This is how we often do it. And here we are basically not rolling anything. And the build is also going kind of slow. I mean, I think he's just auto-attacking, and I think I am just spamming Wrath. But here we are hitting the one of the biggest intellect scaling talents, Mind Mastery. That is really, really huge because we really want to scale intellect. There's also some other incentiviers to scale spirit because of how you cast druid spells and you get big spirit increases. I don't know, because you also have to do the Moonkin stuff, but you also want Improved Moonkin in order to like really make it work, and you need like 3 different talents. But to be fair, there are so many good like increased spirit talents. I haven't talked about this much, but I think I'm gonna do a video how to scale a spirit damage build and what ways you could do it. But it's definitely one of the, I mean, the hardest thing you can be rolling besides pure strength builds, I guess. So here we hit the 20. I'm hardstoning back to Storm in order to do my rerolls. We hit the focal point. This, I mean, it's kind of awkward because at this point we could basically have Starfire and our build could be somewhat going for when we get the Eclipse. So here I'm also picking up my rerolls, and we get the Moonfury. This is also one of the talents we carded. And here we're hitting only 1 point, but we hit some of the intellect scaling, and one of the better ones because it gives us a crit. So together with the Molten Armor, it's very good. Here we hit Holy Specialization, and if you saw my previous video with the pure strength stuff, it's so, I mean, there are so many options to hit any of the crit ones. And speaking of crit, we hit the we hit the race. This draft started out so good. Not draft, but wildcard, but it started out so good. And here we also hit the Fire, or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's so insane. Here the thing bugged out, and it was just right after each other. But yeah, I saw it in chat, but we hit the Waxing Moon. I haven't seen this much, but this is actually pretty insane because I think you can just keep up Moonfire with this, like in both stances, because you extend it. So pretty nice to just have free Moonfire all the time, I think, at least for single target. And here we hit the Wrath of Cenarius and the Eclipse. I'm not sure. I think I actually use a Scroll of Fortune to roll into the one of them. That you should really avoid. If you have 2 talents at 25, be sure that you like check whenever you have the stuff carded, so you don't use your Case of Fortunes on it to reroll into it. So you just roll it natural on your like free rolls. Here we hit 1 out of 3 Destructive Reach. It's one of the better like extend your reach talents because you can get some free crits for 1 talent. Here we get Sunburst, and yeah, so I can start playing around with it, but still kind of awkward because we cannot proc the Eclipses yet because we don't have Starfire. And Destructive Reach, I talked a lot about it because of it's so awkward I only get 1 out of 3, but you will see later in the draft why I mentioned this. It's what happens when you can get random talents like this. And here we were not talking English, so I didn't have my reaction, but I mean even my reaction right now. What level are we? 28, 30 something, and we hit the modified version of Starfire. So now we could be starting our build. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just hit it for it. I don't know what to say. Yeah, and we hit the Astral Fusion, and we hit the Eclipse at dawn. So now I'm gonna show some, not rolls, but just like the damage of pure just spamming Sunfire from the Eclipse at dawn. If I don't think I mentioned it, but Eclipse at dawns give you free star searches every 3 seconds, and you can see here just like deleting packs left and right with instacast, and it's so fun. And here we're hitting the 2 out of 3 Destructive Reach, getting there. And here you can see the damage on the boss. We get the crit on Starfire, and then we get the increased damage and Starburst, and does so much damage. Here we hit the 2 out of 5 Thundering Strikes. Very nice talents to pick up. Even though it's only 2% crit, I always save those crit talents because the chance of like increasing them. And you can also see like packs getting deleted. And here, as I talked about earlier, we hit the Draconic Knowledge. So really wished I've taken the Dragon, and I even talked about it during the Prestige, like, why would I have Life Tap? It's always easy to be clever afterwards. And we hit the Earth and Moon as well. I don't know at this point. We're not hitting 3 out of 3 though, to be fair. Could been even better. And also like a reason to maybe hit the take Imp, but now we can hit any of the demons, and we have a pet that gives us increased damage. So very nice pickup. And here we, for the third time doing this run, we hit the Destructive Reach and finally got the Capstone crit. So that was so fun. That is just how it is sometimes. Also been awkward to never hit it. And speaking of hitting it, 2 out of 2 Nature Mastery, one of the better talents to get crit from. Also something you could be looking out for is the normal Fairy Fire that gives 6% crit if you have the talent. Here you can see some of the damage on the boss. We're pretty high level, haven't gotten new gear, but I think we're getting some good crits, but the damage are insane right now. I am also using enchants, to be fair, full enchants that benefits Starfire and Star Surge. Here we hit Magic Absorption, one of the better talents to actually just get some damage. Keep that in mind. I mean, only 2% damage, but like compared to what else, there's not many talents that give like 3 to 5 damage. Elemental Precision, nice pickup. That is one of the ones I reroll more often because it's kind of weak. Overloaded Mind, I don't think we can really proc it like in 10 seconds, maybe doing the Eclipse, but we really need a lot of haste and a lot of cast to proc it. So I keep it for now. I'm gonna test it out and see how it is. And here we hit the last point of Moonglow. It's not the strongest talent since we are not Spirit, but definitely taking it, at least to reduce mana cost. Here you can see we're doing a big pull with I don't know what's it called, the Scarlet thing. And here you can really see the damage from the Starbirch, like really like showing off. Just having the 3 Starbursts and just deleting the packs. So insane. Was so fun to level with. Would really recommend it. And just have the Starfire and you should be able to do basically the same. I mean, some of the talents really made it different, of course, but yeah. And here we are doing the final boss and we are hitting 60. So teleporting out and hitting the 60 talent, we have the Molten Armor for some even more crit scaling. Really, for this build especially, is the name of the game are crit, because you really want to be critting with your Starfire to get the free Sunburst for your rotation to be more fluent. Here but I didn't have that many marks. Spend them on my Metamorph spec. We started out hitting the Student of Mind. Again, some spirit scaling. I don't know how strong it is, if we even can like afford to have it. But we can afford to have Lunar Guidance, and so now we have the 2 like best ways to scale the build. That was insane again. Yeah. And here I'm just having speeded it up because not much stuff to show. I mean, I think we hit most of our stuff doing the Prestige, and that is sometimes how it is. You either maybe are lucky in the Prestige. We got the Malediction, 3% magic damage, and it's better than nothing, so keeping it and gonna have that for a long time, I think. And here we are not really hitting anything, but yeah, that again, sometimes you're lucky in doing a Prestige, sometimes you're lucky when you do the 60 rolls, and normally I'm just doing all my rolls at 60, as you've seen before, so it's different. But also, like, doing your rolls, doing your Prestige, I feel like you have much more chances to hit the lower level stuff. And yeah, that is basically it for the rolls. I think we hit the Arcane Concentration, not the best one. You want to have the one in Shaman instead, that have a higher chance to give you clear casting. And clear casting are very good if you get the Unbound Spell Sling, I think it's called. It's so high damage, especially since we are scaling arcane damage. So yeah, that is it for the rolls. And I'm gonna set up the last thing for damage, and I'm gonna see you at the dummies. Alright, at the dummies to test the build. I have not yet seen the damage myself, so we are winging it. The quick recap, here you can see what we got. It's basically, I think I've showed it all in the clips. And I locked in the stuff I'm gonna keep. This is not the Fira. And this is the things I have left to reroll. And also keep in mind the Wrath will look different because we have Wrath of Pestilence, kinda nice. And so in chance, we're using Wrath Moonfire Star Search, crit chance for Wrath Moonfire Star Search, haste, hit chance, I don't think we need this properly, let's check afterwards. Lunar Guidance, one of the best ones to scale. And then I just put in some random nature, arcane. So these two are pretty good. This you can maybe use mana reduction instead. And we are currently looking at, I think we maybe not hit capped. We'll see. If we miss, we're gonna change something up. I use a staff. I don't think it's optimal. Your preferred way would be to have, what's it called? Nature's Grace to get more haste and use a single-handed weapon. We are also, to look at the talents, we're still missing Starweaver, we're missing Starlight Wrath, we're missing this for our dots. Celestial Bane is 6% damage, and I think because we cannot apply Insect Swarm like for free, I don't show this where we hit the Insect Swarm, we cannot apply Insect Swarm for free, so I'm not using the improved Insect Swarm yet, and I think I also just prefer the critical Starfire for more Starfire hits. And yeah, we're also using an add-on. It's not weak hours, it's just called Tell Me When. I am a big noob, so I haven't, for some reason, after so many years, I have not like taken the time to went into weak hours. So this is like a very, very budget easy way. I can quickly show, I guess, how to set it up. If you have the add-on, Tell Me When, add-on, and then you would click Astral Fusion, do the name, enable icon so it shows, you track it because it's a buff we have, and then you say present so it's only when it's up, then you show the timer so you can see the cooldown, and then only if it's myself who had given the buff. This is mostly for healing stuff. We clear it again because we already have made it. Alright, so I don't know what eclipse phase we're in, so we will see. And we have for the rotation, we have the Waxing Moon, this one, and it's very strong. So 3 damage, I don't know how much cast damage it will do, but we get the extended Moonfire. So normally the way with Moonfire, you could apply it for free with, there's a talent that basically just apply Moonfire for free. Okay, I can't find it. It's when you something you apply free Moonfire if it's to a monster, and for a player you do something else. Oh, it's just this one, Blessed by the Moon. Lunar Eclipse now cause your next Starfire Star Search to apply Moonfire. So, but we don't need this because we have the Waxing Moon. Alright, so let's see. I think we hope for the Wrath. Moonfire. Yeah, and we got into Lunar. So now I hope the buff are tracking. Yeah. So we got Astral Fusion. We didn't crit. Oh, my mouse is bugging. The damage is not showing. Hold on. Alright, quick back at it. The details were a bit iffy, so I think when we cast the Wrath now, we should get into the Eclipse phase. And Moonfire quickly after. Yeah, we get into Lunar. Let's spam some Lunars. And I think, I don't know when you're supposed to cast the Sunburst, if it should be right after. And maybe the, what's it called? The Dawn is consuming the Sunburst, so that's not that good. So here I'm not sure if we should be casting Sunburst. It's so much damage. I think we are supposed to. So it's a bit awkward that the Dawns are like consuming the Sunburst, I guess, like for no reason. But we're keeping up free Moonfire. We got the Earth and Moon. This is only like uptimes we have. So I have no idea how you're supposed to do the rotation. Maybe you're supposed to wait for 3 stacks and just do a big Sunburst instead. So now we get the Astral Fusion, we can see how big a Starfire we can get. Almost 20k. So now we can get into the Solar Eclipse, and we can use our free Sunburst, and we can even be casting these Star Surges, so we can be casting Star Surges instead of Wraths, I guess, in this phase. I mean, if some of the time. So yeah, we are not getting close to also the Overload talent, it seems. It's really hard to tell how the rotation really are, because I don't know how much crit we have for Starfire, but it feels that not that much. And remember, our Wrath are looking weird. I mean, Wrath are looking pretty cool, because we have the... Oh, we can basically... Did we proc the Overload? Maybe? We got enough overloaded? Maybe we procced it? We're also kinda low on mana, so it's technically nice we have the life tap. Alright, let's take a look at the damage. The rotation was not optimal. I think Astral Flare should be a lot more damage. I mean, you can even see we should be really looking at maximum crit chance, so we get the Astral Fusions each time. Wrath are not critting that much. Let's see how much uptime we had on the Overloaded Mind. 9 stacks. So I think that should be it. Let's just test it quick. So we get Overloaded and the haste. Alright, quick cut to 9 stacks, cutting now. So let's see. Yeah, we're getting the Overloaded Mind. I think we have enough stuff to get it going, because we're casting nature stuff. So actually not bad, like haste increase. Alright, so quick recap. I don't know if we were actually 20 yards away for... we talk so much about it, the destructive reach, because you have to be 20 yards away. We are missing a lot of crit. We are missing for the first of all, we are missing focal point. That is 6% crit. We will have that in raid. Are we? I mean, we are also missing. This will not be edited. Also missing the Molten Mind. How much crit would that give? We are 24 flat. So almost 1. We missing anything else? I mean, we are missing all buff. We didn't also not hitting any like talents. One of the bigger ones, the Conviction, the Thundering Strikes fully. I mean, we can also even hit, I think it's Malice. Yeah, so just crit chance. Could also even hit this one for just crit chance. Very strong talent. So missing a lot of crit in order to get the last crit cap. We still are missing this one, so critical chance for Wrath. I mean, it's only the damage for the other ones. We are missing the haste. That's a very big one. Missing the damage, 20% more damage. And yeah, there are a lot of things to hit. So I will try do a dungeon and I'll see you in there. See how it performs. So let's see if we can get into a phase. Nope, we need the Luna. Alright, so now should also be casting the right skill. Oh, right, these mobs have reflect. I have not been trying this dungeon as a caster yet, so interesting. So let's see if we can get the other Eclipse reflect, and we're almost getting killed. Alright, so yeah, that's a first for me. He's Flame Burst. No pet, perfect. See if we get into the Eclipse. This is the awkward one. These also have reflect. Is this the Legionnaires? Can someone tell me what mobs have the reflect? Only tried this as a healer. Yeah. Well, very good to show example of what not to do. That is a very important lesson as well. So now we test, does this have reflect? Nope. Oh, one of them had. So I think maybe there's a reason to be casting Starfires just to get the procs. Oh, it has reflect as well. Is it Legionnaires? Oh, now it has spell reflect. Oh, it's removed. Ah, lucky. I'll cut to when I'm back to the group. I have no movement. This is so slow. I thought you actually would get like the when you're dead you get the movement speed buff for some reason, but I didn't. Alright, so these mobs are also Legionnaires. So they proc and have a spell reflect all of a sudden. Interesting. Alright, so quick dungeon lesson. Legionnaires are bad. Oh well. Now we have the running buff. This, I don't know. No pun intended, but this is a bad reflection of the build. Are you kidding me? Oh well, pain and suffer at level 60. So please, no pulling. Nice. Is it also me? I feel like you never take this way around. I feel like you normally just jump, but I'm not sure. I haven't been here for a long time. So now these mobs for sure shouldn't be reflecting anything. It feels nice to just be like spamming sunburst in like the nature phase. Doing not that good. I mean, we're still missing a lot of modifiers and scaling. Awkward. This have been peak gameplay. I mean, when you get like free rapid like sunburst in a pack like that, that feels so good. I don't know why I lag so much when we kill stuff. It's kind of nice that we actually get the dawns and just proc the Astral Fusion. We lose out on the cooldown reduction, but we still get like the insta cast. That's kind of nice. Was that it? Alright. Second best thing I can do. I queued for Mythic again, and I guess we, for some reason, ended up in Upper Scholarman's. Not really that great. It seems very capped on targets. At least for so many. At least we can be unranged, I guess. Oh, tank died. Oh, is the tank doing 20k DPS as a bear? I'm not surprised. Alright, conclusion time. I like this build. I mean, it's so nice for AoE. It's kind of awkward for bigger pulls in dungeons. I would have to try to do higher keys in order to see how the damage performs when you have like a 5 target capped ability compared to something like Fan of Knives, Swipe, Whirlwind, so many else that just like have uncapped AoE. But the damage, when it does damage, are so strong. So maybe for keys where you don't pull that much, like for 15s, it's probably more than fine. And for random dungeons, and for bosses in raids where you have to, what is it called? There are ads or AoE cleave, then it's also mighty fine. The rotation right now are kind of awkward because we are missing the crit chance for Starfire, but that is how it goes when you level and you hit your build. Then you then I cannot expect me to like have more damage. We also are missing a lot of the like increased damage while in Lunar Eclipse modifiers, and we're missing a lot of the modifiers from just the like crit damage. And yeah, if I were looking for a decent build for raid, like good single target and decent AoE build, then this would be one of my top 3 picks, I think. other ones would be probably just the, I mean, Astral Storm, Chain Lightning, that are so good AoE, but these are at least like a top 3 comparison of a good meta build that I know for sure can do insane single target. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one.